It is Financial Independence Day. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for your patience. I'm sitting here looking at this great big monitor, and I'm not sure if our Wi-Fi is going to stick with us, but there's a reason for that. That means that what we're going to talk about tonight is very powerful. So, but this is a Wi-Fi system. We spend most of our time on the Ethernet when we do our Wednesday nights, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna go for it. It's like slowly but surely coming up. I just had to put a new operating system on this laptop, and like this one is moving in slow motion. But that just means I'm working. I'm working. I keep those. I keep these computers busy, and it was a great day. I was like, everything is flowing extremely well. Like I even put together notes for us tonight. I was like, I'm going to make sure that we have specific things that we talk about for our financial independence. I remember I used to, every 4th of July, I would do a live stream like in the middle of the 4th. I don't know. It was like a rebellion against y'all eating hot dogs. Right, Reverend Bozeman? It was just a standoff. I told my daughter, I was like, we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. She was like, well, we can get the burger without the bun. I was like, we don't have to do it. We do not have to do it. We can fight back. I was like, that red meat just has too many calories in it. Like we'll just like do something leaner and just enjoy our day. So I have two hours of throws practice tomorrow. So I was really excited when the coach said, we're going to meet, because we usually do Thursday nights, 6:30 to 8:30. And when he first said that, I was like, Lord, because this with teenagers, Mr. Barton. Can you believe it? I'm like, I'm up there over the weekend when it was hot and it was 100 degrees on Sunday. I was like, I'm 40 years older than these people. Like, what are you doing? It was just dripping. I was like, I'm not gonna check the temperature. Just keep moving. But yeah, right. But I'm telling you, I felt that heat the rest of the day, and I had other things to do. I had homework to finish. I was like, but I was just so drained from like actually like working out in the 100. Maybe I should have never realized that it was 102. And I was like, you've been out here in 102 for 2 hours. Wow. Crazy. But I lived. But I'm not quite sure if I would ever do it again. I think the key, but that shows you how strong your mind is, because I literally did not feel bad until I checked the temperature. Then when I checked the temperature, I was like, oh no, it was 102 degrees. Like, it was probably 104, maybe 105. Like at the beginning, I don't know. In motion, it was probably 110. But it's mind over matter with a lot of stuff, a lot of things. But one thing that it's not mind over matter is that thousands and thousands of people are about to incur, a huge increase in their housing payment.
Oh, yeah.
And it was one story that they showed in the media where there was one lady that she actually did an adjustable rate. And she thought she had a 10-year adjustable, but she actually had a 7-year. And this is her 7th year. And she found out like her payment is going up $2,000 a month.
Oh my God.
So, the key there is, even if she had a 10-year, she should have been shopping for getting another mortgage, but she probably thought maybe if she had, I don't know, because I've always suggested if someone insisted on doing an adjustable rate, that they would have to know their worst case scenario. You know what I'm saying? Like typically they'll say, we won't let your rate go up over, say, 5 points or whatever, but you need to know, what is the maximum, what is the worst that this will do, because they're not gonna drop it down. Like, I don't know why we think like, adjustable. You always think it's going to be
It's
going to
gonna
drop
go
it.
down.
Yeah, they're going to drop it. It's going to go from 3 to 1.5. They're offering the adjustable because they're hoping that they win, and they're winning now.
Hey, they always win.
Right,
Yeah.
right, and so we really have to make sure if you have an adjustable, if anybody out there that has an adjustable, that they will make sure is it 7-year, is it 5-year, is it 10-year, what is your actual situation on that loan, because they're not going to call you and say, hey, we're going to refi you next year. They're just not. They might give you 30 days notice, 60 at the most.
Right.
They're going to say, hey, here's a letter, don't, only, of course, if there is some incentive for them, do you want to get to your equity or something like that, they're going to call you did you realize how much equity you have in your home? You can borrow that. And then what do they want you to borrow at? An adjustable rate.
Yep.
When they do those seconds. And so I don't think that we have to have as many surprises as we do, but I think that you can make a habit of just closing your eyes. Sometimes people just close their eyes and they think, I'll worry about that later. Kind of a Gone with the Wind episode, right?
Exactly.
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 She said, I'll worry about that tomorrow. Exactly. And is there, something that you're doing that with? A lot of people have not looked at their credit report lately. And a key part of financial independence is you need to be in tune with what is on your credit report.
True.
Now, what is on it? Do you know what's on it? And it's because every year you can go to freecreditreport.com and get it. Get it for free, but you have to want to be empowered. You have to want to be financially independent. It has to be.
Credit Karma does it every week.
But Credit Karma does it every week. They'll give you a credit score, probably. They're telling them their credit score, and your credit score is not really what you need. You need to know what is actually on that report. Yeah. So and it's worth. If you're a person who finances things, I was talking with a member a couple of days ago, and I was saying I think that credit score and high net worth probably have an inverse relationship. As far as a person who has a lot of assets but very few liabilities, because credit scores are for people that need to borrow money or have borrowed a lot of money in the past, where when you have a high net worth, you don't get any points on your credit score for not having debt. So they might not have an 850, and I really challenge you to think, do I really want an 850? Because to get an 850, you have to have had almost every form of debt at some point in your life. To get that. And as I was saying that, my goal is to not have a car payment. So when I buy a car, they don't send to them and go, yo, she just bought that car. You know what I'm saying? They don't. There's no points for that. But it's an asset to you now. But that's not counted. So you only need that. I will argue that Warren Buffett's credit score is probably not 850, unless they know exactly who he is, because he's not borrowing nothing from them.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? It's he's a war guy. Oh, I have to have an active credit card. You know what I'm saying? It's what kind of you probably have that big black card, but they're not gonna give him an 850 just for having this unlimited credit, because he has this money. He had to actually prove that I have a whole lot of money. So I need a card that gives me access to a whole lot of money if I don't want to come up with the cash. So that big black card that they talk about is not based on credit score. They're putting out huge credit lines on these people. They're doing a balance sheet check. It's like they are like, okay, this person doesn't need this. They are just, this is for their convenience, because when they go on these trips that, are $5,000 just to charter the jet or what, I don't know, per hour, that they want to put it on the car versus walk around with a big briefcase full of cash, like that, like, so they have this, that they just, to have something to use, but not something to make payments on. It's paid. That's like, and it probably drafts right out of their account, like it's done.
And you need to get them from all three agencies too.
That's right. If you really want to know what they have on you, that's what we really want to know. Like, but Warren Buffett would still need to know if they have bad information, on me. I don't know if it blacked out, but it blacked out for me. Did I black out to you all? Good.
You're here.
Oh, great. And but yeah, he would need to know, do they have the wrong address for me? I never did that. Someone out there might try to steal his identity. And you go, why would you try to steal his identity? Well, they do it. You'd be amazed. Like, and with all this technology going on now, that likelihood of the importance of your security, your cyber security is just much more important now. People can get your computer and take over. Boom, 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 go with it. So we need to, make sure that you do know what they have on you. If like, say you're applying for a job, don't go and apply for a job that's going to do a credit check without you knowing what's on your credit report. All three, as Mr. Barton mentioned, before you do it. We shouldn't go into any situation without knowing where you are. This car salesman told me one time, he said that you would be amazed at how many people just come in and you could tell them anything. He said he would tell them, your credit's not that good. And they would go and they'd go, oh, really? And he go like, yeah, we make thousands off convincing them that their credit's not that good. No. And that's how they make money now. They don't make that much off the car. The money is in the financing now. Right. So they get you to do a couple point, point and a half, and that's thousands to them.
The worst thing is when you buy a car. In my other life, I did old cars. You don't tell people, what the price is. You ask them how much they want to pay.
Yeah, that's what he said. They just feel like, they just, as long as, they got $500 a month they want to put on their car, we can do it. We can make it happen. They stretch it out to 7 years.
That's right. You'll
make it happen.
Yeah.
And you do. And I think that when I would do that, it was easier to go into debt. I was much less rational about what car I purchased.
Right.
I was like, you buy $100,000 car because you're like, oh, well, it's just $1,000 a month, but it's, what I mean? It's still $100,000, like, and that's nothing now. $1,000 car payment has become commonplace.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it. Is it? You know what I mean? Do you really have to get that brand new, like, car like that? In my parents' entire life, they never had a used car. No, I'm committed. I'm committed to used cars now. Like me, used car. All it has to do is have a new car smell. That's all you gotta do for me. Just get the air freshener, spray it. I don't care. This car is fine. The amount of money that we save by being rational and thinking about things, that's the key to financial independence. If not, we're going to stay in a place of just payments and payments and payments forever. It's always, because there's always going to be something better. There's always going to be something newer. There's always this morning I had a discussion about this brother that has this great idea, and he was saying, about ending poverty. And I was saying that, I mean, we have to do that. I said, but with AfroEconomics, I have a free membership. Like I don't, someone can just join and come to the meetings that I have. And I'm there and I lead them, and they can ask anything they want. But I still have wealthy people that do it. It just, amazes me. Like, we truly have to have a desire to be wealthy, or it's not going to happen. Like, I don't understand that whole thing that if like something is free, then it has no value and things like that. Like, that is a number one broke person's mentality. Like, all I see, what I'm saying, is, wealthy people will take something for free with a smile. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, wow, I get to save money on this. Oh, good. I don't have to buy this myself. It doesn't matter what it is. They are happy. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, and then someone who doesn't have, has a fraction of the money that other person has, and they're picky about it. Like, I was looking at this video on social media, and this looked like a single parent. She was walking her son out, and it said 14 years old. And they were coming out, and she was covering his eyes, and I don't know, it said 14-year-old son. Okay. So she's walking him out to the car, to this new car that she bought him, and she was handing him the keys, and he looked at the car, and the young man said, "That's not what I want." And she said, "But son, like this, I got this for you." He said, "No, that's a BMW 3 Series. I wanted the 5 Series."
Whoa. Whoa.
I mean, thank you, but, and then it cut off the video, like, right at the thank you, but, like, I was like, that'd be the last set of keys he ever got out of my hand. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, no, thank you. No, don't thank me. No, thank you for waking me up, bro. You woke me up. That's what she should have said. Like, and look, and the rest of them kids, because she had other kids like standing and looking, and they were all excited. And the other kids were like, "And you ruined it for the rest of us. You ruined it." Until they should have started yelling, "Mama, I want it. I want it." They just, I was like, I can't believe he said that to this woman. But she probably, really felt that that was the appropriate thing for her to do. Like, she was supposed to buy a 14-year-old car. He probably doesn't even have any license, but she thought, well, it'll keep him happy from 14 to 16, and I'll drive it from 14 to 16, and when he's 16, he'll take it over or something. I don't know, but materialism will keep you broke. No, just constantly focusing on stuff instead of assets. The car has nothing to do, and it doesn't have, unless he's going to be an Uber driver when he grows up, it cannot do anything for him.
Right.
It can't do anything for him. Like, so it's like, she really felt that she had done something like investing into his future, or something. I don't know. And we have like that is happening over and over. And it's okay when people that have a lot of money waste money. Okay. But there's also a lot of rich people who go broke. We have to realize how many people we have that we're recognizing as having millions and millions and millions. And 10 years later, you see that they don't have any money. It's the discipline. And then why do you have people who are not popular, just regular jobs, and can accumulate so much more than that person lost? You're above, the discipline and not being committed to materialism. And then, the person I was talking to today, he said, well, I think it's capitalism's fault. And I just think that that's a big word. Like, that's kind of like, to me, blaming materialism and habits of buying stuff that you can't afford is, and on capitalism, is like blaming everything on your mom and dad. No, it's just, there's nothing there. There's no power there. Like if we didn't, I said, even in a system where there's just socialism, there's still poor people. There's still rich people in socialist countries. You know what I'm saying? I know it because there's just rich people everywhere. You could go to like, some place that's just in the middle of the desert. There's someone that's got a lot more than someone else there. And if the person that doesn't have as much as a person who has the gold-plated toilet, and they decide that they're not happy in life because the other person in the middle of the desert has a gold toilet and their toilet is only porcelain or whatever. Then it's like you've decided to be miserable. And that's not capitalism's fault that the other person has a gold toilet.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever system that y'all live under in the middle of the desert, in the jungle. There's still always somebody that has and somebody that doesn't. It goes all the way back to biblical times. So we can't get rid of capitalism and think that we're still not going to have the problem of poverty and the poverty mindset.
That's right.
Nobody makes us buy anything from them. So it doesn't matter how many commercials that they run. They run commercial. There's someone who decides, I'm not going out like that. I'm not going to be broke. They're not going to do that to me. There's someone out there who has enough discipline to just not do it just because it's there. They just don't. They just do not give into that. It's like a whole bunch of people that need to listen, to stop making the same decisions that they're doing with their money. They still go out there and do the same thing with their money over and over. And then when they're behind, you allow them to get you behind. And that's a whole nother problem, So I wanted to talk about just different reasons why people are finding that their rent or mortgage payments are going up. And a lot of times for mortgages, as interest rates have increased, the property taxes and insurances are increasing. So the escrow account is demanding more. I have, members who their escrow portion of their payment is higher than their mortgage payment.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, refinanced and they didn't do it properly and thought they were going to, actually be saving money, but they realized that they didn't. Sometimes you'll have an old loan where you're paying mostly principal at that point, and you switch it for a new loan that's demanding, you're switching it all the way over to just paying interest mostly. You're paying 90% principal on your old loan. Your new loan, you're paying 90% of your payment is going to interest.
Mm-hmm.
But you still think you have to refinance just because they offered it to you. But when you talk to JB about it, she said, "Nah, how old's your loan?" And you're like, "I don't know, it's real old. That's why I want to refinance." Here's the issue, homeowner association fees are going up.
Yeah.
And HOAs are on the move. I'm sorry, y'all. I bet there's people out there making comments and, oh my goodness, all these comments, y'all. I'm sorry. How you doing, Miss Thompson? Yes, indeed. She said she's talking about the young man would have to be an Uber. He'd have to get on a bus and take an Uber. I know that, right? He wasn't even of age to drive. Look, Miss Davis. Miss Davis enjoying her family reunion this week. Oh, thank you for thinking about us. That's right. I negotiated your car payment. That's right. In 2013. That's right. I'm sure it's paid off now. Wouldn't it be something if she's still making payments? I was like, I'm not still making payments. Look, we're like, well, look, I know you were thinking that, Mr. Martin. Like, Lord, I hope it's paid off now. Exactly. But she says when is your next financial seminar? This is the financial seminar next Wednesday. And Friday morning too.
Right.
Yeah, we are electronic. But you're thinking like, when do I get to come in, right? Exactly. Yeah, we have to do that. It's just so much more fun doing this. I don't have to worry about it. Look, y'all get to go get your own popcorn. Exactly. Your own water.
That's
Oh, thank you. Reverend Bozeman noticed my nails. Exactly. They're bright. But I have a dress up event. These were to match my sneakers. And about what if I was so good that I pulled my so cheap my sneakers? You'd be like, "Low, go JB." No, my foot up here. I wish I could. Remember, I smell my yellow sneaker. I got put over there. I don't know, but they matched my sneakers. I was like, "Oh, I would do that." Yellow lady in the salon was like, she wants to match her sneakers. Yes, I want to match my sneakers. I never ever had yellow nail polish in all my years, but but it's got to be changed because I have Channel 6 on Monday. Wouldn't it be some y'all be like, no, she did not go on there with that yellow nail polish? No, I'm not. It's gonna be very adult. Look, Dr. Edlow said that the heat affects your body and your mind. He said, see, that's why you got that yellow nail polish, because look, out playing out there in the sun all that time, JB, has affected your brain. Exactly. Yes, indeed. I mean, it can. I didn't feel like that, but I know that I just felt like, oh my goodness, after I realized how hot it was. And I didn't even have like a towel. I know there's only one other girl out there, and she was like the same way. We're like both out there without towels. Oh my goodness. Oh yes, Queen Howard said it is paid off. That's okay though, because you live and learn. I mean, and y'all know I'll do it again, just because. Like the time I rode the motorcycle below 30 degrees outside. Like, so that makes it about 18 degrees. And I really did feel bad that day. I was like, this is way, way, way too cold to be out here on this bike. I'll stop like 3 times. Like, as if that helps. That doesn't really help you. I was like, I'm going home. But I didn't. I still went. I did a whole throws meet and then left. Because I don't know. Can't say I didn't do it. The increase in escrow was such a shock because I bought into the myth of mortgage payments won't go up like rent. Exactly. I was like, they keep saying this. You know how they kept saying like rent will go up, rent's gonna go up. And I was like, dude, don't they realize everybody's mortgage is going up too? They're like, no, but that's not what we want to say. We want to scare renters. We only want to scare the renter. And that is so terrible. Exactly. And now it's like, and now right now, I feel really sorry for homeowners that have a lot of equity because you're being attacked by people that want you to do a home equity loan. They don't want you to refinance the big loan. Have you thought about that? Like, they're not thinking about that. They don't want you to refinance the big loan. They want that equity line. That's where they make that money. That thing just look, and then they make it really attractive, and they go, it's interest only. And then so you got this little teeny payment, and you put your car, your credit card, you put the kids' school in it. You put all like Jesus using it up. You're gonna be like 90 years old, still making your payments. You're gonna be like, where will the lump sum come from? That's your retirement. That is your retirement going into that, to this, like, all that you're stop packing it, or all you're doing is like taking a loan that would only been 5 years, and you're stretching it out over like to look forever. Because with interest only, I don't know what their plan is with that. Like, they're like, we don't want you to ever pay it off because we appreciate you as a customer. You should stay, and you should just do this interest only for the rest of your days. Because it's fully collateralized for us. So we'll take your house. You can even die. We're going to get that. We're going to get your house, or we're going to get our money. It's okay. It's all good. Isn't that the truth? Oh, my goodness. That is easy money for them. Easy money. You can't even move it like a car. Like, that's why the interest rate is lower than the car one. You get it? Because if you do a car loan, you can zoom, you be on. They're like, oh, but the house is going to be there. So they go, okay, well, since it's going to have to sit right here, well, we won't charge them as much interest. That's exactly what it is. The risk is lower. Even if it burns down, they get paid first. No, like, it's just, they're on there. Who's the lien holder on this? Who's your mortgage? You know, and they go, oh, this is who we're paying. You know that, which I didn't realize, is that even if you do a reverse mortgage, you have to maintain that house. So it's not, they own the house, but you have to do the upkeep. What a good deal for them. And that's something like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the roof could be coming in. They like, nah, you better get a new roof. You better do something. Because you got to get that. You got to keep that right. You got to keep it up to par. You're going to have to get out. Or you can't afford, I understand. You can move now. They can put you out if you are not maintaining that property. Because the insurance company, the insurance company won't provide coverage. They're like, you got to go. You know, those are the things, like, when we don't think about it, like with Fonnie Willis, her father in Atlanta had to testify, and he was saying that, and I think a lot of people just missed that whole thing. And he was saying, I lost my house through a reverse mortgage. And here he is. He's still fine. The man is in good health. He did a reverse mortgage, and then he said, I lost my house. Now, this man, the stuff that is said to us on TV, I lost my house in a reverse mortgage. Now, first of all, you did a reverse mortgage because you told them you didn't want your house. So we're supposed to feel sorry for you? You know, like, you putting it out there, like you think somebody's going to like send in donations, which they probably did. But that was like, strange. So he was like, so I had to come back. When I came back to this country, because he was over in another country, he said, when he came back, I lost he straight up said that. Like, what a good, honest thing to share, to maybe wake us up. But we kind of missed it. You know what I'm saying? We just like, oh, that's too bad. I don't understand what he said. We should have said, wait a minute, hold up. Tell us more. Well, they weren't to charge me all this money to get my house back. He might have rented out or something, while he was gone out of the country, came back, and it was like, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to do this. This property in DC is now like $2 million. This is crazy. I should have never done that. This and that. And they were like, well, you're going to have to give us $2.5 million, whatever, because we added on all of these extreme fees while you were in Africa. So you got to pay us all that back. We're not some just crazy company. We're here to make money. You took that money. Because when he did that, they gave him money, and he took the money and he went to Africa with it. He didn't say about that part. That's what it is. They give you money. They give you either a payment or they give you a lump sum of money. You know what I'm saying? He probably took that lump sum. That lump sum is gone. And they're like, well, you're going to have to go live with your daughter. He was like, well, I didn't think I was going to live this long. Maybe he met like a rich woman, saw him on TV, and she was like, you need a place to stay. Wouldn't that be something? That would be something. And look. And she was like, I'm not like your daughter. I'll pay it all, bro. I'll pay it all. Ain't no, look, what she say? She finally said she gonna pay half. This lady said, nah, brother. I like you. You were on TV. You were with the Black Panthers. You live with me. till the day you die. You ain't got to worry about that reverse mortgage. But that's, so I don't know. Maybe, hopefully it worked out for him. But he put that right out there. That would definitely be on the list of things that you do not tell, like we talked about last week. Look, do not tell that. It's too much. If your child is being sued and you need to go to court, it's being televised. Like, don't tell your business. Look, don't say, look, y'all ain't gonna get my business. This is her issue. This is not my issue. No. But if it worked out, it could have worked out for him, though, right? Exactly. Oh, thank you. Ms. Thompson said she met me at a previous event. That's great. Got me on point. That's so good. I think I'll let that stay up there the rest of the night. Jenny Jones said you can't tell everything. No, Jenny, that's right. So we go. So those are the ones about it going up. But then also, why I have you two men here, I don't know anything about sports betting. But on 2020 over the weekend, they talked about so many men doing sports betting. The women thing is the casino. And I hope everybody realizes that women of color, the research is showing that women of color have a serious problem with spending all their money in casinos and gambling. Mm-hmm. So then, but I said, when I saw that, I said, oh, wow, that's amazing. It's good that Black men aren't doing that. You know what I'm saying? It was like, there was like, but I find out here, I think they might just be doing something different. Yeah, they're not going. Look, the men are like, I ain't going up in there. I got to buy all that food and everything. I can put more money right into this app, put it right in the app. I ain't got to go out my house. Sit.
Following Kevin Hart.
Right?
Yeah,
they have some good, they have some really identifiable people doing it. And Jamie Foxx was doing it.
Yeah, Jamie, right.
Yeah. He was doing MGM.
Yep.
Do you know anyone personally that does it?
Yeah.
You do? Yeah. I have known that I have just in, asking, men, and they seem to know, Reverend Bozeman, he's always with the women. He's a ladies' man. So he doesn't, he was like, he didn't want to say it. He was like, I don't know what the men do. I mean, I really don't. I help the women. I help
the church.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I'm here for the women. Exactly. I aim to please. Exactly. Meanwhile, these men over here need you, Reverend Bozeman, to get them off the app. Like, they had some men on 2020 that actually were became coaches because they became so addicted, and so they became coaches on helping people to stop doing the betting. They were just they just would bet on everything. It just was constant, and more new apps are coming out. But it is
so many free offers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they give you money the first time and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I always say when they, try to do that with free, I always remember that they gave out crack free. And, you know, that's how they got everybody addicted on crack.
First dose is free.
They just went around in the hood and just was giving it out. And then, yeah, so it's like we have to remember, just like, you know, you go to a restaurant, they come and they bring all them biscuits, you know, it's like, it's a setup. I knew Red Lobster was going to run out of money. Look, giving out all them biscuits. They got all these people addicted. But I think it was actually the giving out the shrimp that really messed them up the most, right? They're like, look, these black people, they're endless. I mean, they've been in here all day. They've been in here all day. What are we going to do? They came in for breakfast, lunch, dinner. Oh, my goodness. These shrimp. Like, can we make fake shrimp? Is there like a way? They should have done crab. They should have done crab because you can make crab out of anything.
Well, a shrimp company was financing that.
Right. That's true.
Backfired on it.
Yeah.
A
French company was financing the
a Japanese shrimp company.
Wow.
Was financing that.
So you know it was genetically modified though. And it still got expensive. They said these black folk and Americans eat a lot. A Japanese company, though, they can't keep up with us. They cannot keep up. They were probably like, Lord, we should have told them popcorn shrimp. We said it's something. I don't understand how y'all eat so much. But we do. Like, you ever seen like the size of clothes? They'll be like, Asian size is this. Like, you know what I'm saying? It'll be like, it's like, yeah, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like blatant, like, what? Look, y'all American women, like you're whatever. What are we like? There'll be like a large. It's a large Asian, and it's a small American size, and then extra large for them is like medium in American size. They're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, you go to a Japanese restaurant, you don't get filled up.
You don't, exactly, especially if it's a real Japanese, exactly. They're just like, look, we're not doing any endless. We'll give you some, broth. We'll give you broth unlimited. No, unlimited broth, and that's it. Exactly. Don't think this is some Chinese buffet. This is a Japanese restaurant. But it is true. You don't see like Japanese like you see Chinese. No, I don't know exactly what the difference in the food is, but I'm sure it's some different. But they won't be messing with us with the shrimp anytime soon. That was crazy.
No, they weren't ready for that.
No, Miss Sherry Lee said the food was still good. I never had the endless shrimp though, but I think about Red Lobster to me just felt like it's frozen all the time. No, but and especially after when you start like, oh, I'm gonna eat well, I'm not gonna have the biscuits. It's nothing as exciting. As soon as you start like putting like borders or boundaries on like how you're going to eat, like eating out, just it takes all the fun out of it. Like you have to kind of eat out and just go crazy. Like the other night, me and Aziz went to the Center Bistro where they have like the big leather seats and you can order food and this and that. So I don't know the last time I had popcorn, but I was like, I know if I say no popcorn, it's gonna ruin the night for her. She's gonna be like, so I started eating the popcorn. I was like, oh my God, like it was just so good. I was like, the next day I was like, still thinking about popcorn. And I was like, let it go, let it go, let it go. Like the popcorn was so good. And they put theirs in coconut oil too. So it doesn't taste like the regular theater popcorn, but they made the bucket smaller, and it's still like they're I don't know, I know that night we spent like $150, and we don't even, and that's not including the movie, and we don't drink. We don't like drinks. So it's like this stuff, it is expensive too, y'all, to go out, just go out. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know how men do that. Like men that are dating and stuff like that. You go and you take out a woman and she wants popcorn and you know what I'm saying? You better save up if you take her to Center Bistro. And you gotta feel sorry for them. Like, goodness gracious, like we are men, and no, we don't feel sorry, but it is hard. Like, I don't think like we empathize with that enough. Like that, wow, because, and I really appreciate though the young women that just are like, no, he's gonna spend money on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they are. It's just like this is gonna happen. Y'all are gonna spend this money, but how can he? Literally, I don't know how they can afford it now. Isn't that a lot of money? $150 in one night? Like, no. And then most of the people in there, they drink though. So they were supposed to be even higher. I just got popcorn and entree. We didn't even get dessert. No, but we did get like expensive meals. I got like the salmon. She got like the steak something, so it probably was. Because the last time I had gone and I was like, I am not eating anything, I was not compromising. I was doing. So and I didn't eat, but so the girl that they put next to me, it was this lady had these tickets or something for a movie. I think it was like that one of those Black Panther movies came out the last time they came out, and she says, so she had these tickets. So we went, and one of the ladies that she invited, she ordered at the same theater. She ordered like a salad, and then the lady told her how much it cost. And she said, "What? What? It cost $20 or whatever." Then the lady looked at me. She said, "Yeah, $20," and I was like, I felt really bad for the waitress because the waitress like, I don't know, I will set these prices. The lady was mad. She was like, well, just get me I don't know. She got something else like that was, you know what I mean? She deemed like that was less expensive. It's like, that is the wrong place to go. Right, Mr. Ramsey? Don't be taking or even yourself. Don't go out, if you're not ready to spend money. It's so true. Right, Naya? No, just don't go out. A highly processed food, yes. The right amount of sugar, salt, fat that works on the receptors in the brain, just like drugs. It's so true. Especially sugar.
Yes.
Sugar just make you lose your mind. You're full, and the mind says no. Yeah, and you want to eat more. Yeah, and you just eat more, especially when it starts getting sweet. That's why I can't even imagine if I'd done. But after a while, it doesn't give you once you commit that has no value to me. Like, like that has no value. Like, popcorn, I can kind of try to convince myself, okay, it's fiber, blah, 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 whatever. But when you start going into like dessert and this and that, I was like, I can't, what can I do with that? What exactly can it do for me? And then when you start like everything that you ingest, just like the money that you spend, I try to spend money on investments, like not literally always the stock market, but I mean something that's going to pay off for me. Like if I buy me a new pair of sneakers, then I know that that's an investment in having healthy feet, having a healthy body, being healthy. Like, if we start just sure that everything is an investment, like what is this good for? Like, you get something for your wife, but you know that will make her happy. That's an investment. That's not just spending. Generally, with most people, you give, you're going to get 100 times back. That's what I've always thought about. Like, it was like, oh my goodness. He took me on one date. I took him on 20,000. You know what I'm saying? It's like, exactly. But like a lot of people don't realize, like, you know what I'm saying? When you give to the right person, it's an investment, so you just have to be selective in your generosity and don't just be random, how we spend our time and how we eat our food and where even what we watch, things that I, how we're entertained. It reflects on our mouth. It start, because once we're weakened, our other choices where you get entertained by smoking weed, you get entertained by drinking too much, you get entertained by these things that are not good for you. It's going to go over into other parts of your life. It's because of the mind connection. It's frightening to see, the discipline that it takes. I've been following that story with the judge that hit the cop in Atlanta, and then now she can't be a judge for 7 years.
Oh,
And the Supreme Court was already investigating her for 50 violations, ethics violations, 50. So when that came out, they had it down to 30 violations. That's something. And then, but the sad part is that she's kind of presenting it like these black men were attacking this black girl and she had to save them, where you can blatantly see on the camera that that's not what happened. But if she was so intoxicated that night, that could be what she saw. You see what I'm saying? That's what she saw. That's what she felt. She was so intoxicated, so drunk, that she was hitting on a cop and didn't realize it was a cop, didn't realize it was security. But my point is, a black man who did that would be dead right now. And nobody is bringing up that fact. That she got away with something that if a black man was hitting a cop like that, and she's mad just because they cuffed her, that man could have knocked her down and stomped her, held her down like they did with that, you know what I'm saying? She'd be dead today. But I'm going to tell you, if it was a man, I don't know if she'd be alive. And for 2 hours, she refused to give her name. At which time I'm like, who could still be drunk? You've just gone into you're gone into stupid phase now. And called the black man a coon.
Whoa.
It was ugly. It was ugly. And now her lawyer, a black man, is trying to defend all of that. It's so sad. I'm just so sad, but it just shows, what was she eating in that restaurant? What was she drinking in that restaurant? What were they smoking in that restaurant? And they were coming out of a restaurant, a martini bar, but they were standing in a food truck line. I don't know.
So they had the munchies.
Yeah. And she said, I was standing in line getting this processed hot dog that I didn't need. It's like, oh, so that you were in the wrong line, the wrong place. And then the other girl who she said she was defending, the girl said, I cut the line. She admitted that she cut the line. And the people got mad. Where are we with all these grown women? These weren't little girls. This woman is almost 40 years old who is out there drunk, and a judge, and you wig falling off and everything. This is just, yes, wig all on the ground. It was ugly. So this is, her financial independence is gone now. She made $266,000 last year because she said, I want all the fees. Now, the white man that worked that job, her job before, he shared the fees that were charged. She said, I want 100% of the fees, and I want my salary increased because I have a law degree. He didn't. Maybe he was a paralegal. So he made 97. She made 266,000, and you did 50 violations. And you're standing in a martini bar, getting your wig knocked off, hitting on a cop. I don't, financial independence can be so fleeting if you are not living your life appropriately. Everything should be an investment.
It's true.
Where was she spending her time that night? How was she investing her time being in that, nightclub environment anyway. She was the first black female to ever have that job. No, and this is how you spend your Thursday night. It wasn't even a Saturday. It was still, she going to work the next day. Jenny said privilege, but what kind of privilege? How can we? What's else have? Like, I don't know. And I've often asked, and I've asked before, when we get into a position of control, a position of leadership, are we going to do better? Or are we going to do this?
Good point.
But know how many people...
it used to be that when people got in their positions, they were very cognizant of the fact that they were carrying the race on their back.
Amen.
And that's not happening anymore.
And she said when they started investigating her on her violations because her homeowners association used her to help them with a lawsuit, and she kept all the money. Ooh. So if they don't take her law license, she's going to be free to do this to other people. That's the homeowners. The homeowners in her neighborhood still haven't gotten their money. She took it all, and you already made $266,000. What is going on? That's not financial independence. No, we don't want our financial independence to be at the detriment of anyone else. We definitely don't want to be greedy. You don't want to it was reasonable that, okay, you say that, you have more degrees. She had a lot less experience than the person before her, but she's going to say, on the degrees, and okay, but taking all of the fee money, so that your employer doesn't get any of the money from the person who paid it. Like we have to think, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a point there, where we don't want to be greedy. And we want to be ethical at all times. Ethical at all times. And avoid. But some would argue that it might have been worse if she had eaten that hot dog, because some say, and I'm laughing, but it's not funny, that processed food can hurt your brain. Like that it can, make you act irrationally. We know that alcohol will, but could too. The Nia, that's right. It's pronounced Nia. Nia. And some people, tell the truth though, Nia, some people do pronounce your name Naya. Don't you think so? Like the without the long like I said, I think I said Nia. And I don't know, did I say, wait a minute. But you wanted Nia, not Naya. Maybe I said Naya. Not the long, without the long. Or without that long, but like Nia. I don't know what I said, but I do know someone named Nia. And I know someone named Naya. But I don't know how we do the difference without you actually telling us, like you said. You know what I'm saying? Like you would do your name and then you would put in parentheses, you know what I mean? This is how you say it. And then we'll go like, because you like Nia. So I would go like, you have to do like Knee, right? That would be hard. I don't know how you do it out, but you're right. My daughter has a name even more complicated than yours. That's why we say Z. And I'm sure she has to like do hers phonetically all the time. That's right. But she love it. Look what she said. Yes, ma'am. That's right. That's funny. That's right. You got to, and I'm from the South too. So you never know what I might say. Like, what's it? Fannie Willis. She like her name is Fannie. You know what I'm saying? But I got an Aunt Fannie. I got an Aunt Fannie. I don't have no Aunt Fannie. Isn't that true? You know, and I know it has to irritate her, like all these people messing up my name, because she's from DC. You know what I'm saying? She's not from Georgia, so they're probably calling her Fanny all the time because everybody got an Ain't Fanny down there. I'm in North Carolina. It's Ain't Fanny. She's like, no, it has two N's and it's with a Y. Probably. Ain't Fanny probably was with two N's and a Y. She's like, my name is Fani. Funny. Please, y'all. That would be the first thing I do. She come in as the district attorney, right? She'd be like, here's how you say my name. Y'all, Southern folk. Like Nia's like, Nia. So I got it now, Nia. Nia's like, yes. But the before y'all leave me, like, you know, in the sports betting, I really want us to think about that. Like, you know, my thing was like, why would people who don't have money do sports betting? And, you know, the most of the feedback I'm getting is just that they're hoping for quick money.
Right.
They just want it for entertainment. Huh?
Just like the lottery.
Right? I think it's just quickly. And it always seemed like it just would be hard, you know, both of them, because you really can't control it, right? I know.
No, you can't.
They probably feel like everybody else is doing it, you know, and they don't really know about a lot of the other options that they might have on how to make money. And
well, that's because they believe they have to have a lot of money to do it.
That's right.
To use the other options.
That's right. It's right. And then, like, I think a lot of times people don't know that, oh, Nia came to one of the classes as well. And I signed the book. Boy, that's so sweet. She called me Sunshine. That's so sweet. Keep shining, sunshine. That's sweet. With pink hearts. I like you, Nia. That's so sweet. And the I did, yeah, they don't really feel like they could do anything else. And a lot of people don't know how poor old folk used to be. You know what I'm saying? You just kind of feel like, do you realize how poor, like, you know what I'm saying? Like when I started my business, like, you know, if they do, like how much, you know, I struggled to pay myself that first year. Like, it's not easy. You know, it's just not easy. But if you try, I knew, like, the biggest mistake I made was when I started doing better, I immediately started wasting money. You know, and then that's when I went into the buying big luxury cars, brand new and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to know I'm doing good. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's like one of the biggest mistakes. It's a huge mistake. It's just a big mistake that we can make if you want to maintain ownership of your company. Most people have to sell their company, give up their business and stuff because of those lifestyle choices. No, I mean, it really is because they go, well, I can't, I gotta have this. You know what I'm saying? So when people come at you and they make offers, you're going to take it. You know, and you know, because you're desperate, like, and everybody has to be understand. Everybody has to have that same attitude. You know, again, like, it's hard to be in a sacrifice mode, and the person that you're spending your most time with is very materialistic. No, and by, like, you know, just being you have to be extremely focused on your goal, and you have to be in love with delayed gratification. You have to have a vision that's so supernatural, where these apps and things get us always living in the present, It doesn't have, like, any imagination. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't allow you to see yourself build something. It just takes all of that away, and it goes, just focus on me right now. Just focus right now on this second, you know. But real wealth is built over time. Anything that's sustainable and what you want to have something you're going to pass on, it's going to require that we sacrifice to get it. And one thing by doing that, like just if you sacrifice now, like they would tell me when they, first, were training us as stockbrokers, they were like, if you work harder than you've ever worked for the next 5 years, you will live better than you've ever lived for the rest of your life. But he was talking to white guys. So for us, that means you got to work harder than you've ever worked for the rest of your life so that your children can live better than you ever lived. Exactly. That's pretty much it. Because they bringing in a whole bunch of money, like, because they got a lot. There's just a lot of wealth in that community. No, and we can do that. That's why I'm so into AfroEconomics, giving us a way to invest without all those fees, to invest smartly, and encouraging us to start businesses so that we too, in the next generation and the generation after that, we can really have something. It doesn't have to be that much me. And, my goal is just to just live long and to spread as much knowledge as I can. I had to get out of that. I gotta, show and I gotta prove to you, I got a lot of money and this and this and that. I want you to know that beyond a shadow of a doubt when I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? From the impact of what I leave behind. It's that, oh, she was doing that thing. But when I'm living, if I put time into, proving those types of things, then I'm not giving you what you need. No, it's not. I have to sacrifice now. I cannot just focus on what is going to pay off right now. And that's where we have to just, realize that in order for the government is not going to give us our step up. I've given up and maybe I shouldn't, but by the time they end up giving me my reparations, it's going to be very little left. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just accepting the opportunity to live and have, municipalities with paved on the road and stuff like that. And, and do my job, do my work, live my dream freely. That's all I need. That's all I want. Just give me the opportunity. Just let me in the door. And they've done that. Now I have to make this work for me. I want to show us how to maximize this the way it is. This is what it is. It doesn't matter who wins the president. Don't matter. We're going to maximize that. We're going to work it, right? We're going to work it because it's not going to feed us, to be worried about, some piece of paper about 2025 when we can live today. We can live today to make the best day for your family today. What are we doing today in 2024 to build assets so that no matter what is on some 2025 document doesn't have anything to do with you? I don't care what somebody else's goals are. We got to have goals for ourselves. I haven't even looked at it because I don't like things that try to get us to be fearful. It's unnecessary. How can I fear something when I don't even understand all that exists right now? We're worried about then. What about what is the law now? What is set up for me now? What assets do I need to be accumulating now? What can I do to maximize more, even my work benefits? There's a small percentage of you even taking advantage of the benefits that you have at work. And you worried about, they want you to take some time to worry about a 2025? Get the money. Get the company match. Get me to help you put the allocation together. It's my goodness. And then, so financial independence. I want us to make sure that we have an emergency fund I want us to focus on debt freedom. I want us to focus on the 10 principles of AfroEconomics. If you're listening to this and you don't have the book, make sure you get the book, even just the ebook. Just get the book. Even if you don't if you don't read books, get the Audible. It's on Audible. I've made the investment to make it easy for us. Make sure that you are taking advantage of even the free level. If you are able to take advantage of the real membership level, so that we have our one-on-one meetings, so that we can talk about creating additional streams of income. We can talk about the financial security overall, even for your next generation, making sure that you have the life insurance that you need, making sure that over the long term, your lifestyle that you're creating is sustainable. And if it's not, what type of changes do we need to make? This is recorded. You could come back and make sure that you get it. Thank you for being patient with me today, because this computer, I don't even know. It's like sitting up there acting like it's doing fine. I hope that when I look at this recording, that the Wi-Fi did well for us. God had mercy. But the now it's up there. I mean, that took like almost it was a good half an hour. Now I'm looking at it, it's like showing me and this, and I don't know. But you can, but there's a reason that we had it this way, and I'm so glad that I'm able to have two computers so that we had options, and I'm glad that that doesn't happen often. And you can tell I'm a diehard, because I was like, I'm gonna wait. I don't even know at what point this thing started acting right. It was probably like 9 o'clock. Wouldn't it be something? I'll be like, geez, could y'all see my messages I put on YouTube? Like I'm here, but the computer is not. Huh? Could you see that? Did you see the message? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I responded. I said, "Yeah, we're here with you."
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't get that. I was sweating too hard. Yeah, but I appreciate y'all. Jenny said, "Oh, I have a saying: is it a need or is it a want?" Then usually I walk away on needs, right, Jenny? Wouldn't it be funny if she said, and if it's a need, I walk away. If it's a want, I get it. Exactly. Jenny's like, that's not true. You do the right thing, huh, Jenny? But the need, we are going to get our need. And who is it to determine what a want is? Well, we have to determine that there's pros and cons to everything. You spend a whole lot of money. If you only have a certain amount of money and you're not trying to work anymore, then you need to realize that if you spent 80% of your money on traveling last month, then you got to accept the consequences of that. That's all I ask. Is like, don't complain. Somebody said on social media the other day, how do you know when someone is broke? I said, and then people were putting all these things like they don't have this or they didn't buy this or this or that. I said, a complainer. If a man, he would say, he said men. I said, if a man complains, he's broke. Even if he has money, he's broke if he complains all the time. Because it's the most miserable experience, and a man who doesn't, doesn't have anything and doesn't think he has the ability to get anything. I feel that everybody should feel that if there's something that you want, you got to do what is needed to get it. And nobody is standing in between you and them, you and what you want. I mean, I just don't agree when we think that there's something that we can't accomplish. I believe that we can. And I remember this one man, he was really upset with me because he was saying, white men have all the privileges and this and this and that. I said, well, I'm going to tell you, I used to work in a room, all white men and me, in there selling investments. And I'm going to tell you the truth, bro. I might agree with you if I hadn't seen them white boys work so hard. So I know for a fact on this planet, there are white boys who work very, very, very hard. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact they know. That's one black woman that works very, very, very hard, because we would be in there from sunup to sundown, making them calls, calling them people. We worked hard. Like, so yes, there are a lot of people who inherit, even black people who are born into money and everything. But I believe that when everything is handed at you, I don't care how much is handed at you, it makes you weaker. And that's why when you have a person who came from money, who still has money, they are a statistical anomaly, really. Because most people, with everything handed at them, they not going to stay in that room and make calls with me. They not in there because they ain't got to.
Right.
So when things shift, they don't know how to survive. But I'm going to tell you, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what color you are. I'm going to respect you if you work hard. And that's exactly how we should feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to learn from you. They learn from me. I learn from them. You know what I'm saying? But I won't accept when people feel that everything, you know what I mean, is handed, or people feel like, oh, you know, black women, they get this, da, 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 da. You know, yeah. But haven't you seen how many black women have gotten the opportunity and they messed it up too? White men got the opportunity and they messed it up too. Black men got the opportunity and they messed it up too. Like I told people when they would say at University of Virginia, well, you only got in because you were black. And I had people tell me that. And I said, but that kept me here? Did that give me my 3.7 that got me into the commerce school? Is that what did it with my 3 jobs that I'm working? And they would shut up. Like, you know what I'm saying? No. They only had to let me in the door if they did anything. So if they were betting on me not making it, then, you know, they kind of lost their bet on this one, because I'm getting out of here. And I'm getting out of here on 4. I'm getting out of here in 4. Watch this, with a double major. So, you know, we have to, every time you're given an opportunity, you know, if it's not something you don't know, because I don't know about that. I just know I'm from Petersburg, Virginia, and I know I went in there and I worked hard, and I know that I did not have a computer, so I got a job at the computer lab so that I could do all the computer work that I wanted to do. You got to do what you got to do to get what you got to get. And I know what it feels like to not have any money. There's some people are just bothered by you. They just want to believe that somehow you got where you got because of some sort of, you know, it was just easier for you. No, I don't know anything about that. I came from grandparents that didn't even have indoor plumbing. My parents were first generation toilet.
That's the first.
This first time you heard that, right? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? They want to have like pour pot contests. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is like painful. I remember my grandparents got their indoor plumbing. You know what I'm saying? Worked hard. My dad was 11 kids in a little teeny house. His dad was a minister. They just work. And we can do this. We can do this, and the world doesn't owe me anything but an opportunity. That's it. And that's the key to our financial independence. It's not a certain amount of money. It's the freedom of knowing that I can generate enough money to take care of myself and my responsibilities. That's it. I'm not asking no more of you. You ain't got to have 2 million, 1 million, this and that. No, you need to know that I can generate enough to take care of me and my responsibilities. Everybody I'm responsible for. Right. That's it. And we can do it. I can help you do that. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night. Thank you so much.
Love you.
Hey.
Love you even more. Love you even more. So y'all appreciate it when you sit on the toilet tonight. Think about me. Yeah, Lord. I got this Kohler. Love y'all. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you. A Corvette. You can have a new Corvette, Jenny. Oh, that's Weeda.
That's Weeda.
Yes. You earned it. Get that Corvette, Rita. Exactly. Oh, I love you. Love you. Love y'all. I love y'all. So sweet. Good night, Lee Cat. Good night, baby. All right, sweet. Thank you. I'll take care.